Hey, thanks for tuning in to another episode of our Yes Golf Review. We are here on our final showdown of the Mid-Handicapper versus videos, and we have the Mizuno JPX925 forged and the Titleist T200.
Yep.
So very popular. I mean, Mizuno's tagline is "Nothing feels like a Mizuno," right? And Titleist kind of is stepping up in this category.
Yeah.
So I know we've been on this video journey, and if you haven't watched it, go ahead and look at those videos because we are comparing all 6 irons in the same condition except for the Titleist.
Yeah.
You know, we thought we had the same shaft, but Titleist, we chose the very similar type of shaft, weight and flex wise. So we're gonna take into that consideration, but we've been hitting all the other irons in the dynamic gold 115 mid S300 shaft. So we're gonna take a look at it. But if you're debating between these two, I hope this video is informational to you. So we'll start with which one should we start with?
Let's start with the JPX.
Okay, Mizuno.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So good.
It's a good strike.
Yeah, good strike.
Yep.
I think definitely because I know if you're just tuning into this video, we are just hitting the Mizuno, but we've been on this journey of hitting different mid-handicapper irons. Definitely the Japanese irons have more of a muted, lighter sound.
Yep.
Would you agree with that?
I do agree, yeah.
And for some reason, all the other like American brand irons have the hollow body design, and yet the Mizuno and the Srixon,
They're not
hollow body.
Yeah.
They're just more multi-material cavity back style irons. So that's interesting to note.
Yep.
Hit one more time. Yeah. I mean, just a little bit loud, but very muted.
Oh yeah, it feels good. Yeah.
Feels good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Anything to note? I know we've reviewed this iron, so if you haven't watched it, you can see a full review of it. But anything that stands out to you?
For sure, it definitely feels a lot better than the rest of the pack. It does feel a little different.
Even more than Srixon, would you say?
So yeah, so I was gonna say compared to the Srixon, I mean, it does feel a little more, I would say a little more muted.
Okay.
Yeah. So the ZXi, I would say it sounds a little more louder.
Okay.
Just in that category,
Cool.
just in the sound category. But
Cool.
feel-wise, I feel like they're both very sturdy, very stable, very. Yeah, it's a good thud. Yeah.
Yeah, and we thought Srixon ZXi5 was just like good as far as consistent dispersion, but these two shots were right on top of each other, Jay. So let's go to the T200.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, definitely louder.
A little louder. Yep.
Flies a little higher, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll look at the data, but what's the, instant feedback, instantly, anything different?
Yeah, I mean, out of all the clubs that we tested, I think this definitely has the slimmest top line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so when you put it down by the ball, it looks a lot more closer to the better handicapper.
Okay.
Yeah.
So usually, thinner the top line is better players tend to prefer that.
Yeah.
So.
And I do notice that there's less offset compared to the rest of the pack. Yeah.
So if you think about it, that it could be, as far as how it looks, it's probably skewing more towards the players.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So if it was a mid-handicapper, I think this would be like in the lower teens.
Okay.
Yeah, if we would just kind of segment that.
Got
yeah.
it. Okay. Okay, so one of the things that we are looking at is also the directional bias. So both of these shots went left, on us. So we're gonna continue to kind of eye that so that we are tracking that. But it feels, how does it feel different between the Mizuno?
It's definitely a little more clicky. It does feel like it's just a little more rebounding off the face.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not more of a heavier thud, it's more of a lighter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to the Mizuno.
Yeah.
Ooh. So was that a little lower?
No, I
No,
don't
was
think
it
so. I
pretty
think it
right
was-
on the dot? Okay, so I mean it's really straight. All
Yeah.
3 shots with the. One thing to note is that the lie angle on these are 1.5 degrees
Yeah,
different.
it's different. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking at that. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yes. So Mizuno 7-iron lie angle is 61.5, whereas the Titleist is 63.
3, right?
So
Yeah.
if you're not in a position where you can get fitted, if you can, please be fitted. Obviously, you can come here as well. We're in La Habra, California. But if you are buying a standard stock set, T200 is just going to sit a little bit more upright. The hands are going to be a little bit higher. And I don't know if that's what's contributing to shots
going
more
left.
to the left. But
Yeah.
let's go ahead and hit one more. And we'll... Oof, that's a Mizuno sound, I know.
That's nice.
That was really good there.
Very nice. Yep.
So one thing that people traditionally think is that cavity back irons are not as long as the hollow body irons. What would you say in that?
So the hollow body irons, I think in general, they have that factor of if you hit it really in the sweet spot, it really rebounds. Versus the cavity backs, because they're just a little more one piece.
Yeah.
I think the speed off of the face, depending on where you strike it, is a little more consistent.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would probably, the cavity back irons like the Mizuno would be a better consistent iron.
Yeah.
And the T200 or
Right.
the hollow body irons could be rebounding a little bit
Right.
faster.
So you can get that jumper from time to time
Got
where
it.
you'd be like you hit it in the dead center and it just airmails the green.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you'll have those
I
kind
hope
of
I can hear them.
surprises yeah,
I
from
hope
time to time.
Yeah, okay, got it. Let's hit one more.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, that was pulled a little bit left, but
Yeah.
it doesn't look trajectory-wise,
No.
it doesn't look that much different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the uprightness
Yeah.
of the lie
I can
angle.
feel the
Yep.
yeah.
Cool.
I can tell from the get-go that it's sitting up.
Got it.
So I'm trying to make it as flat as possible, but it's just hard to manipulate it.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
Did you have
me.
to adjust for that?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
trying to just come in a little more flatter.
Got it. Ooh, almost. Oh, Jay almost bought drinks for everyone who's watching.
We should do that. We should
yes.
do that. If we have a hole in one,
All right,
yeah.
Holy One. Everybody drink on Jay.
Yeah,
every
drinks on me.
viewer.
Yep.
Wow, really hit that well.
Yep.
Man, out of all the tests that we've done, I think this will probably be the closest.
Yeah.
So let's look at the data. Talk about this real quick. The T200, you're seeing the dispersion here. So directional bias-wise, it's a little bit more left.
Yeah.
That probably speaks to the lie angle a
I
little
think so, yeah.
bit. But look at this line. This is what I love. Because all the 5 shots are just right on top of each other.
Yeah.
And even though you missed left, it's not like going too far.
Yeah, no.
Whereas we had one in previous video where it kind of all of the shots were going right, and one that went left went just
Yeah, the ping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna name it, but
Oh, okay.
but
All right.
So I mean, you see a consistency of T200 irons there. So we'll take a look at the whole data. All right, Jay. So as soon as you saw this, you went, huh. So what was that about? What do you see there?
I was surprised that the JPX went further.
Yeah.
Yeah, just out of pure ball striking. I mean, I feel like usually the left balls, like the draws, they just go further. I mean, it's just how physics works. But
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah.
Yeah. So the ball speed is probably
Probably
about
why.
a mile and a half faster on the JPX925 forged. And Mizuno has actually been talking about this for a long time, where even though they have a hollow body design iron, the Mizuno Pro 245, the cavity back irons, they say they don't lack distance.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, according to our testing, it's a small sample, but I mean, it's not lacking distance. So it's launching a little bit lower. And that's what I think I saw from the Titleist, just it launches a little bit higher.
Yeah.
For me, the reason why I mentioned that is I'm a low ball hitter. So I need all the help I can get with the launch angle. So that's usually one of the things that just comes to me real quick. So, and then again, there's a more of a left bias in the T200. Actually, the dispersion is a little bit bigger in the JPX925.
Yeah.
So that's also interesting to note. So, I mean, I think out of all the 3 videos that we've done doing 2v2s or 1v1s on all the major brand irons, this was probably the closest one.
Yeah.
So what do you think the feel-wise was better?
I mean, I would prefer the JPX over the Titleist. The sound and feel, the feedback I got from the JPX was a lot more towards my preference. It was a lot closer to a forged iron. The sound wasn't obnoxiously loud. It clicked a lot of boxes for me. The Titleist, I mean, I played the AP2s a long time ago.
Yes.
Yeah. So those were very famous back in the days, but they were forged, no hollow body. It was just a little help from a player's iron.
Yeah.
A lot of tour players played it. I mean, it was very popular. But from those days, I mean, it's not the same feeling. I don't think they intended to be in the same feeling, because Titleist, they do have the T100s and the 150s. So
exactly.
But the 200s, I mean, they're not that bad. I would place them above.
Hot take here.
Some other clubs.
Okay, we'll talk about that in our next video.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. But yeah, the feel wasn't bad at all. Yeah, it was not bad at all. Yeah.
One thing to note, we talk about I think the ability to combo irons are just such a convenient thing and such a helpful thing for a lot of golfers.
Yeah.
And again, the T200, you can combo it with T350. So, and they look almost the same.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't be able to, I mean, you can still combo it with the T150.
You could, yeah.
Yeah, maybe have these in the longer irons.
Exactly, yeah.
But, and there are actually a lot of Titleist players who do that.
Staffers that do that, right?
Yeah. One thing to note on the JPX though, it's kind of a combo set in itself. Because the longer irons have the through slot technology where it's really thin in the longer irons, and the shorter irons or the scoring irons are just one piece metal. So it's kind of like a combo set in itself, and you don't have to worry about it. So, and because of that, it also feels a little bit different from the 6-iron to 7-iron.
Yeah.
So that's just one thing for you to note as well. So thank you so much for watching. We're gonna go right into our next video where we talk about all 6 irons that we just hit. So thank you so much for watching. We are quickly growing this channel, so comment below what you think is a better iron between the Mizuno JPX925 forged. Wow, that's a mouthful, right? That's a lot. And the Titleist T200. Thank you, and we'll see you on our next video. Bye.
Bye.